Our first story today takes a look at beaches that have been under scrutiny recently due to a survey aiming to find out just what people want from their beachside outings. It was discovered that beaches hold many interesting snippets of information. Yes, it's true, today people want more than just fish and chips at the seaside. The survey said 60% of beach visitors go there with partners and 42% sunbathe, but most won't dip a toe into the sea if the water's cloudy or foamy. Many use beaches for walking, and 9 out of 10 people believe that a clean beach is a safe one. The survey said a third of people did homework on where to find the best beach before setting off on trips. But one thing that most agreed on is they'd like a longer, sunnier summer.
This is a story of life imitating art. It begins in a small office in a Rio de Janeiro railway station, inspired by the award-winning film Central Station, that is providing illiterate Brazilians with a free, personalised letter-writing service. In the film, Dora, a dour old woman, used to write letters for illiterate people at Rio de Janeiro's Central Station for money, but mailed only those that she deemed worthy. That was the plot of a film.
Esses anos todos que você vai ficar trancado aí dentro, eu também vou ficar trancada aqui fora te esperando.
Now in real life, 2 typists are banging on computer keyboards and making sure that all letters get mailed at the same railway terminal. The project is financed by the Rio state government and the service for illiterate clients is free. The scribes handle 3 to 4 letters a day and also produce resumes for job seekers. 20 million adult Brazilians out of a total national population of 170 million are illiterate. This service is providing a vital link in communication with a little film-inspired help.
And something delicious is cooking in classrooms around the globe. It's the beginning of a new campaign to teach children how to cook and appreciate the food they eat. A specially equipped mobile kitchen and classroom has landed in the playground, and Chef Gary Rhodes is teaching young people how to cook a tasty 2-course meal to take home. By the looks of it, the children think it's a pretty good idea. By showing young pupils good alternatives to fast food, chefs like Gary hope to improve the diet and attitude of young consumers. With his huge amount of knowledge, Gary was able to focus on quick and easy recipes to keep the students interested and allow them to make a nutritious meal with simple ingredients, most likely found in their pantries at home.
Business success can come in many shapes and forms, and for one woman, her success has earned her a prestigious prize. The idea behind London Training Agency, which was set up in 1995, was to provide a range of adult education courses for people who have not benefited from or had any access to educational provision before. Since its launch, the LTA has grown from 200 to 2,000 registered learners across the UK, enrolled on various courses from basic English to information technology and dressmaking. The courses are not paid for by the learners themselves, but by local colleges. LTA courses all lead to National Open College certificates, which are recognised by employers and further education colleges. Zaneb Khan has a passionate commitment to education. Her success in business has broken down many barriers for people from all walks of life and enabled them to enter the workforce with confidence.
And the business successes don't stop there. The boom in men's grooming treatments and products around the world has generated growth in a new wave of men-only health emporiums. The machoism around men's beauty treatments and products is slowly but surely being replaced by a willingness to do whatever it takes to look the best you can. The refinery is where the discerning gentleman goes for the very best in men's grooming. Established in 1999, the business is already turning over in excess of $1 million, with a 20% a year growth. Visitors can enjoy every kind of decadence, from a wet shave to a deep tissue massage or even a facial. The design of the spa itself is central to the success of the business. Its modern layout and simple luxury managed to hit just the right note with the high-flying businessmen, film stars and media professionals who make up a large part of the 5,000-strong client base.
How was that? Wonderful. You would swap from electric shaving to wet shaving.
Now the men are finding out just what they've been missing out on at the beauty parlour.
Well, we have covered business and beauty. Now it's time to look at our lifestyles. If you weren't already aware of it, there is an increasing demand for variety in the world of interior design. Shows like Pulse aim to display what is hot in ideas, products and themes for this year. One such theme comes from Thailand, with products in lacquer attracting a lot of attention. Next time, a 30-year-old family business has upgraded its image of making traditional Dutch clocks into a manufacturer of modern and creative timepieces. The makers have captured the eye of many industry buyers who have come to see the show. These items are likely to be available in around 6 months and will no doubt leave a lasting impression on all that come to see them.
We all know the increasing need to remain in the workforce makes caring for children in nursery schools a vital role in society, and usually a role taken by women rather than men. That is about to change, with governments around the world realising that a balanced workforce can only be created through better pay and prospects for the future. Looking after children has traditionally been regarded as women's work in many societies. Attitudes are changing, and one of the signs is a greater flexibility in recruitment. Strict safeguards are naturally paramount, but for the comparatively few men working in childcare, they don't for 1 minute regret their career choice. The need for more staff to work in childcare grows by the year. A government survey earlier this year brought surprising results and set in motion this new project. At present, only 2% of staff caring for children are men. The government's target is to triple that ratio. A small share overall, but it would be a pointer in the right direction. Raising pay and status for all childcare workers, women and men, will be a long overdue improvement for what has been an undervalued profession and give children the chance to have the highest quality care available.
If you have a young family and think you will never get to the cinema ever again, this story is just for you, because parents with small babies can now bring their child to watch a movie with them, at least if they live in the northern German city of Hanover. Once a month, Hanover's Apollo Movie Theatre turns into the baby carriage cinema, and young parents can again take up a hobby many have dearly missed. It gives us the opportunity to go to the movies again without a babysitter, said Tanya Hess as she was watching About Schmidt, starring Jack Nicholson. According to manager Frauke Horst, the films are shown with dimmed lights and reduced sound, so it's not too loud for the babies. There is even a change table set up for those little emergencies.
Das war doch aber Ihre Entscheidung. Ich habe gesagt, ich kaufe uns einen Minivan, aber es muss ja diese Schlachtschiff sein.
It's a fun and intelligent way for cinemas to set up, while at the same time it gives mums and dads that much needed break.
For some, a trip to the cinema is about as difficult as things can get. But for Paolo and Paula Francisco, their difficulties are taking them to extraordinary measures. They're trying to cure their son's acute form of asthma. After years of work, they have built a boat in their back garden and plan to live at sea with 6-year-old Nicky in the hope that the clean air will improve his condition. Nicky's illness is kept under control by medicine to reduce strain on the heart, but as he gets older, his condition could worsen. Determined not to sit and watch their son's condition deteriorate day by day, the Francisco family took matters into their own hands and decided to build a boat so they could all go and live at sea. The family are adamant that their son will not miss out on his schooling. Vicky will attend school using a webcam. The family plan to begin their life permanently on the waves soon and hope they will be able to maintain a living by taking passengers for trips on their very special ship.
While organic farming is growing every day, many farmers feel that to operate more effectively, incentives from the government would help to ease the load and support their plight. In a new initiative released recently, farmers who convert to organic farming will be provided with continuing payments for up to 5 years, as long as they adhere to environment standards. This scheme is already in operation in some countries. But this is the latest move in the government's Sustainable Development Strategy, which aims to increase the organic food production and consumption in the United Kingdom. It was the next bold step in the government's organic farming strategy, which the Environment Minister hopes will stimulate organic food production and make Britain a world leader. Sheepgrove Farm is a model example for the government's biodiversity policy. It uses organic methods to farm a mixture of crops and animals and pays particular attention to animal welfare. While everyone tucked into the organic foods on offer, the next issue raised was the growing concern about genetically modified crops and the danger of cross-contamination. The government is now looking to find a system of coexistence for all farming methods and has just opened the issue to public debate.
While the farmers grow it as best they can, a couple who've set up an organic food supermarket are set for further expansion. They say the secret of their success is sourcing organic food products from all over the world. When Troy and Michelle Smith set up their organic supermarket, they had a huge amount of competition. Organic pubs, supermarkets and restaurants were cropping up all over town. 3 years later, many businesses built around the increased consumer interest in the organic sector have folded, and only the fittest survived. Here is one such business. A key feature of the store is the meat counter, where produce is cut and crafted by award-winning butcher Lee Castle each morning. The future for here is looking very healthy indeed. Troy and Michelle Smith plan to expand the number of stores and the range itself over the coming 5 years. The key to success, they say, is not forcing growth, but encouraging growth organically.
There is nothing better than the idea of slipping into a cotton kimono after a hot summer's day and relaxing with a nice cool drink. Back in the days when all Japanese wore kimonos, the yukata, or cotton kimono, was worn as a bathrobe or lightweight alternative for silk kimonos during the summer months. But now, they have become a popular garment for young Japanese eager to make a fashion statement. Designers who are more accustomed to making skirts, shirts and other Western clothes have been trying their hand at producing yukatas, and some of their efforts were showcased in a recent fashion show. Yukatas are the most simple of kimonos, but the colours and patterns they come in are quite bold, and there is a lot of freedom in ways they can be worn compared to regular kimonos. Traditionally, yukatas were made of white cotton with tie-dyed or woven patterns, usually in shades of blue. But in recent years, colours have become more vivid and patterns bolder. Flowers, pineapples, or anything with a summer or tropical theme sells well.
There are two things that will strike you the moment you step onto Scottish soil. The first is the warmth of the welcome, and the second is the country's natural beauty. Scotland is divided into three main regions: the Highlands, the Midland Valley and the Southern Uplands. It is one of four constituent nations that forms the United Kingdom and has a very long and rich history. Surrounded by wide open spaces and beauty that takes your breath away, Scotland gives the traveller an ample selection of outdoor activities including skiing, climbing, sailing and mountain bike riding. Much of the uplands within the United Kingdom are contained within the borders of Scotland, along with the highest peaks. Down below, much of the west coast is intersected by sea lochs, generally meaning lakes, the longest of which is Lake Fyne, and the best known, Loch Ness. Scotland's history tells of kings and queens, battles and losses, music and art. It stands tall in the world of living history, proud of where it's been and where it's going in the future. There are 787 islands belonging to the group known as the Hebrides, Orkney and Shetland, with only 62 of them exceeding 3 square miles in area. Heather covers the moorland area like a blanket of fine mist and has found its way into the heart of the Scottish people, providing dyes for the traditional tartans. The official language of Scotland is English, although Gaelic is the language of the Highlands and the Islands, and Scots is the language of the Lowlands. The cities of Edinburgh and Glasgow are two of the world's most cosmopolitan cities, rich in art, music and theatre, and have played host to many famous events. There is no doubt that Scotland will capture your heart and leave you yearning to return for more.
If the gym is not your thing and you want a cheap, effective workout, then get to a beach or indoor beach volleyball centre and work those muscles. Sand provides the ultimate resistance training, and you don't need to live by the ocean to get the benefits of a beach workout. In New York City, people have been sinking their feet into the sand of an indoor volleyball court to pull out the best possible workout. Sand adds a new dimension to the aerobic workout because as you move, the sand moves. Due to the change in surface, you work on stabilising your ankles, knees and your lower back, giving all those smaller muscles of the joints a workout, something you don't normally do on a concrete surface, grass field or on a basketball court. The quick sand workout, as it's called, can help shape up the mind as well as the body. And if nothing else, sinking your feet makes you feel as if you're on holidays.
Performance artist Rachel Schroeder tore a muscle in her back a few years ago while training. She continued to injure it each time she rehearsed or performed. She tried just about everything from Pilates to physical therapy, but nothing seemed to help. Then she discovered the Alexander Technique. The Alexander Technique is a century-old method of movement that encourages people to ease tension in their necks, use fewer muscles, and balance their bodies. Instructors say the method is an alternative way to help prevent and alleviate chronic pain. The Alexander Technique also calls on people to seek balance in their movements. For example, when standing, you should avoid slouching to one side or another. Over time, the unbalanced weight and pressure distribution can lead to hip, knee and ankle problems. The gracefully light and balanced technique has successfully revolutionized the way many people, like Rachel, move their lives. Brian Klubenberg, an Alexander Technique instructor in New York City, finds that people often tense their neck muscles unnecessarily. For example, many people use their entire bodies when signing their names. He recommends using only the necessary muscles when completing a task. So when writing, a person should only use arm and hand muscles. That way, tension is taken off other body parts.
A lot of effort. And what this does over time is it actually leads to hip problems, knee problems.
For Rachel, this new way of thinking has eased her pain and allowed her to take a new and fresh approach to the way she holds herself. But the best thing of all is the chance to dance again, feeling free of any constraints. That's all we have time for today. Don't forget to join us next time on Living.